Don't never let anyone tell you that you can't do something. All right? Those are the words of Will Smith. Better yet, those are the words of Chris Gardner, the stockbroker from the hit film, The Pursuit of Happiness. As I think about that movie and that specific scene, it takes me all the way back to my childhood. When I was running through the streets of Hamilton, Ohio. Now, I don't remember the day my mom brought me home from the hospital to that project apartment, but I do remember to when I was about 4 or 5 years old, and me and my brothers, we used to run around and we'd play hide and go seek all day long. There was this green thing, and there was a trash can right there, and we used to play hide and go seek, and the trash can was the base, and there was this lady, she was called the bread lady. She would go around to all the grocery stores and all the food pantries, and they would donate her all the old bread and donuts, and she would come down to the projects and crack open the doors of that station wagon, and me and my brothers would bum rush that thing. I mean, we would literally be walking around smiling from ear to ear all day because we had our own personal pack of stale donuts. You know, that was life for us. And that's how we had to live it. I can remember when me and my brothers would wake up in the morning, we would get ready to go downstairs to make us a bowl of cereal, and the whole front door would be covered in roaches. And we'd hit the lights just to watch the roaches run. And we even had contests to see who can catch the largest roach. You know, I can remember one time we were at my grandpa's house playing, and out of nowhere I was getting a whooping with a belt about this long. I didn't even know why I was getting a whooping. Grandpa was tearing my butt up. And after he gave me the whooping, he set me down. He set me down and said, "Young man, do you know why I gave you that whooping? Do you know why that happened?" I said, "No, sir. No, sir, I don't remember." He said, "Because you were ignoring me." He said, "I kept saying the same thing to you over and over again, and you kept ignoring me." And I said, "No, Grandpa, I didn't hear a word you said." And that's when reality hit. That's when my mom said, "I got to take this kid to the hospital to get checked out." And she took me to the hospital, and they checked out my ears, come to find out I was hearing impaired. I hadn't been hearing right since I was born. That explained why I couldn't fully say certain words, and my speech patterns were all off, and no one could understand what I was saying, and it was always a big joke. And then I always got these whoopings. Time went by, and we moved to Aurora, Colorado. I was about 7 or 8 years old. My mom threw me in speech classes. I had then had a surgery to correct the hearing issue, and so she said, I'm gonna throw this boy in this program called Odyssey of the Mind, where these kids go into these contests and they oratory and they speak about history and different milestones and things that's happened through history. And I was the wall of Babylon. And I spoke very boldly, and my speech was coming back, and I started winning first place competitions. I didn't know. I can remember the day when my pastor called me to the front to do announcements for New Sunday, and I nailed it, and he said, "Young man, you got something going on." I didn't think nothing of it. I ran to the streets and got in trouble. Went to high school. I played football. Very gifted and talented. My skill set was crazy to play this game of football, but I still made a lot of bad decisions, and I wasn't able to access those Division I scholarships. But I'll tell you something. A couple of years out of high school, I decided I wanted to go back to college, but I had to go to summer school to get the right GPA. They happened to throw me in a public speaking class. And I went in there with my cornrows and my Dickies on and my oversized shirt sagging down to my kneecaps, and I aced every presentation. I got a standing ovation every time I spoke. But I still went out there to the streets. And on the last day of summer school, I was going to be going to play football in 3 days, and I ended up getting stabbed with a 3-foot sword that night. I nearly lost my life. I kept going in that same direction until I found myself now in a state correctional facility. I was in prison. And these guys came to me because they wanted me to be a part of this program. Apparently this program is called Choices, and they bring people inside the facility, educators and parents and youth, and these guys put on presentations. They spend government dollars to train these guys to speak. They spend government dollars to teach these guys how to life coach and consult these people and send them out with a particular set of skills, and come to find out this was the only facility that had a program like this in the state of Colorado. I happened to land here, and these guys happened to want me to be a part of this program. Why me? I don't know. Maybe it was my pursuit of happiness. Maybe along my journey through life, I was trying to learn something, but I wasn't fully picking it up. Let's just say in a matter of 2 weeks, I became the program's top speaker. Let's just say in a matter of a few months, the judge brought me back to court and suspended everything. Let's just say when I got back on the streets, I hit the ground running, and I've been speaking ever since. See, sometimes in life we fail to realize that the things that we are going through, the journey that we're walking, it is actually preparing us for our final chapter. It's the pursuit of happiness, faith. It's the pursuit of happiness, progressive steps towards a specific vision. If we can understand that, whatever it is that we're going through right now, it's a part of our recipe and it's a part of our journey. If we can understand that what we're going through currently in life and have been through is all just a pursuit of happiness. Thank you, sir.